Alright guys, welcome back to another quick video. Like I said, I don't know if you guys like unboxings, so I'll do them. I don't really care for them, but they're quick and easy, so that way if some of you guys watching like the unboxings, then I'll do them. And if you guys don't like the unboxings, then you can skip past them. Alright, so this is the Caldwell ballistic chronograph. I know, I'm excited as well. See if I can get the whole damn thing in frame here. So yeah, I'm very excited for it. Let's see what is inside. I think it's pretty standard. It is just the $100 one because I think I have a tripod that I can use for it anyways, and if not, I got plenty of tables or something. I can find something. Shit, I'll make my own goddamn stand for it if I have to. Alright, so in the box comes two little thingies with another little thingy and a little bag thingy. There we go, done. No, so I'll read the box real quick. Factory calibrated within plus minus 25% accuracy, simple operation, large LCD screen, meters per second or feet per second. Readings measuring from 5 to 9,999 feet per second. So 5 feet per second to almost 10,000 feet per second. Oversized sunscreen for increased reliability in full sun operation. So that one is the only bad review I've seen on there, and it usually it's in the good reviews, they'll mention, you know, if you have extreme sun shining on it, then sometimes it can not get a reading, I guess. But to be all honest, I watch a lot of the chronograph ones, the lab radar, that thing misses shots all the time, so, you know, I don't know, I'm not sure. The only one that I've seen that's extremely consistent is magneto speed. Alright, so optional interface with mobile device via included 15-foot audio jack cable, and app displays and easily export. So yeah, the app. So the box says chronograph includes chronograph, 4 stainless steel rods, 2 oversized sunshades, 15-foot audio jack cable, and nylon carrying bag. Operates on a 9-volt battery. Oh, which is not included. How dare they? But I'll tell you, I like that interface. Being able to put my smartphone right by my bench rest rifle, and getting all the data like that will be great. And I'm gonna try and get it so you guys can see the data as is. Now that is pretty small writing, so we'll see. We'll see. I may just read off the stats to you, but we'll find out. Now it does say it works with compound bows, crossbows, sporting rifles, pistols, and paintball. So yeah, and you can export all of this to Excel. You know, so you're good to go there. So yeah, that's basically it. You got a couple metal rods. You got instructions. Got your instruction booklet here, which I am going to read. I'm not too proud to read instruction manuals. So you got your instruction manual. You got 2 of these little sunshades with little metal rods that's going to come out of them and go in these 2 little holes. One hole there, one hole there. And that's going to sit on top of it. And let's see if there's anything in this bag. It feels like there's something in the bag. Oh, there's the audio. So yeah, you get Just a little nylon bag, nothing in it, but wrapped up on the outside of it was nice long. It says 15 feet, which is awesome. Audio cable, which is standard audio jack, I do believe it says. Yeah, 15 foot audio jack. 15 foot, 4.5 millimeters. So yeah, let me put it together and I will show you guys all done. Show you guys the chronograph with it all put together. Alright guys, that is the look of the Caldwell chronograph. You guys have seen it before a bunch of times. So I'm gonna go try it real quick. I'm gonna take the how out real quick just to go see how good it is. So one thing I did read in the directions is you don't have to use these white sunshades if you're actually in the shade, like under trees or whatever. So you can just send bullets over the top each sensor. So one sensor is right there, so that's why directly above it they have a sunshade, and then the next sensor is right there in the back. And so yeah, they say these work the best in the shade. And it says real quick that that top one is that top symbol is initial ready screen after startup. Next one down is obviously your projectile velocity reading, ready for next shot. And then the next one is duplicate reading alert, so alternate flashing with shot velocity. So that's basically just telling you got a duplicate. And then you got error, and then the battery sign. Error alert could be, it will say error 2 for projectile not recorded by rear sensor, and error 3 for projectile not recorded by front sensor. So yeah, looks pretty straightforward. It also looks like you can get a DC plug-in for it. So that way you're not using batteries, and just you can put a 9-volt in and it will just run that, you know, for backup if you get unplugged or something. But yeah, you can buy a DC wall outlet for it, if you can bring power down to where you're shooting. And what else here? Smartphone connection. It is a 3.5 millimeter jack, and it says try to get it close to the center of the you know, right above the sensor, or in between the bars. You know, center the bullet, center the shot as much as you can to get the best readings. So other than that, should be good. It'll be nice to have a chronograph on the channel now. That way I can give you guys all the data, and I can have all the data. It's just a little more safer, you know. Like I've told you guys, I've been reloading for 10, 11 years or so. Maybe a little bit more. I can't remember when I started, but so yeah, I've been reloading for 10 years and I've never owned one, so it's not necessary to have one for reloading, but it's just, I definitely recommend, if you can get one, even this cheaper version, it's better for new reloaders. That way you can get velocities from your load manual, and if you load your first rounds and they're way above those velocities, then you know you get instant feedback, and you're not relying on, you know, looking for pressure signs on the case. Now, I also recommend learning all of the pressure signs for a new reloader. That has saved me. When I first started reloading, that was one of my first questions. You know, I wondered, it's like, well, how do I know when I'm getting dangerous, you know? And so that's one thing I searched on YouTube, and I recommend anybody, any new reloader, to search. So it was one of the first things I you know, questioned and searched myself to to know what your first signs of pressure are. Now, pistol is different than rifle, but I definitely recommend, so any new reloader that is watching my channel and you hear me say, okay, the case still has round primers and no ejector swipe, those are pressure signs. So usually your first pressure sign will be heavy bolt lift. That, or that is the first sign that you can get, that's the first feedback you can actually get, because you've got to open up your chamber first thing, you know. So that's the first thing you got to do, is open up your chamber. So check, you know, concentrate when you're opening up the chamber for the first time. Is it a heavy bolt lift? Now, Remington actions are a little different. The handle has a little heavy bolt lift right from the start. So it all depends on your action. Like a Defiance action, it's crispy smooth, you know. I mean, it's just buttery smooth, I guess. It's just, you don't have that initial heavy bolt lift. So you got to learn what action you're shooting on. And, you know, if it's a Remington, make sure you're running that action a ton of times. That way you know what it feels like with an empty chamber. And then put a piece of sized brass in without, you know, without any bullet in it, and lift that bolt a bunch of times on just brass, you know. So I recommend doing that, because a bolt lift from a Remington action, now I love Remington action, Remington 700s, they work flawlessly, but compared to a Defiance, now I've never ran a Defiance, I'm just going by what I see on YouTube, but they look very buttery smooth. So with a Remington, it has a little bit of initial heavy bolt lift, so don't confuse that with, you know, bullet. So yeah, that's the first sign you can get, is what your bolt is doing. So lift your bolt. If it's normal, next sign, I look for primer, completely flat primer, or actually no. Next, I look for ejector swipe, because usually you'll get, in my experience, some people say otherwise, but my experience, I'll get a minor, like extremely minor ejector swipe before I flatten my primer completely. So look for a little kind of swipe on the back of your case, and then after that, look at the edges of your primer and the whole flat surface of your primer. You know, see how flat it goes to the edges. Now, if it's completely flat and meeting your primer pocket edges, then yeah, that's a pressure sign as well. And then, last but not least, you're kind of a little too far. You know, you're definitely overpressured by this point. But your primer itself, is it? You know, you can actually pop primers completely out of their you know, the primer pocket, and that means you're pretty much definitely way overpressured by then. Oh, one more sign too, I forgot, is also flow back into the primer, flow back into the firing pin. You'll get that kind of in between somewhere as well. You know, every gun is different, so that's why I can't really say you'll see this one first and this one. But just with my experience, that's how I usually see them, is heavy bolt lift kind of is about the same as, you know, flattened primer. You'll find, I've noticed you'll find a heavy bolt lift when you're starting to flatten your primer. I'll notice a ejector swipe, like I said. Usually first sign I get is a minor ejector swipe. Now, I'm not saying a full, you know, full freaking swipe that you know is extremely bright, you know, because that's another reason you'll see me take a case and kind of move it around in the light and let the light shine on the back of the case, because you'll see that ejector swipe, you know, pretty quick if you got light shining down on it. So yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there to you guys. Some of the newer loaders out there, I recommend you guys learning the signs of pressure right off the bat. But a chronograph will always help a newer loader. You know, it'll help you big time. And that way you just get instant feedback on, you know, what they're doing. Now, chronographs can mess up as well, so, you know, it's good to have all of it in your bag, you know, in your reloading experience. Know all your pressure signs, what it can do, and know what your top velocities are for that caliber. So yeah, thank you guys, I appreciate it. I will see you guys in the next one.